Hey everyone, welcome to Business Opportunity Live. I'm Jeff Cohen, your host, and as we do every day, we get together, and today we're getting together at 2:15. Why 2:15? Why not 2 o'clock? We get together every other day at 2 o'clock. How come we're starting, it's actually 2:14. How come we're starting 14 minutes later than normal?
Tell us, Jeff. Tell us why we are starting 14 minutes later than normal. What is normal?
Well, that's just it. There is no normal. And the thing is that we are starting later than normal, not because there's this big master plan. Like I thought about it, I could just be telling people, hey, we're actually testing something out. We want to see how we do if we start at a quarter after instead of right at the top of the hour. But we're not.
No. Why are we starting at 2:14, Jeff?
Because at 1:45, Carol texted me and said, sure, let's do this thing.
I think you're giving reasons. Why are we starting at 2:14, Jeff?
Because we're starting at 2:14.
Now you got it.
I didn't hit the start button at 2 o'clock.
We just start at 2:14.
Right.
Because we can.
That's right. So today is Mindset Monday. And I'll tell you, my mind has been on a little bit of a holiday today. My anniversary is Wednesday. I'm just giving you all a heads up. We're not going to be live on Wednesday. My wife and I are going to do something fun together. And we're not going to stop in the middle of the afternoon to talk to you all about important things. I will just share with you guys that I'm still waiting to hear back on my PPE loan. I'm still waiting to hear back on my my EIDL loan, and I know that tons and tons of people are applying. So if you haven't applied by now, get on it. It's still not too late, but it is getting close. A lot of that money is spoken for. So anyway, we're here with Carol Moxam. Carol is a leadership and lifestyle coach. She authored a book called Life is a Life. Do you have it handy? Life is a special event. Thank you. I was going to say life is a celebration.
Well, that's good. That's what your listening is. That's awesome.
Yeah, and so today I'm going to raise a glass to that because this is our virtual happy hour today.
Good.
So Carol and I decided we are going to have virtual happy hour. And let me tell you how good that's going to be.
It's going to be really good. I think, Jeff, because this is so, we can have a lot of fun with this, but it's so important for leaders to really get that we don't have it all together all the time. We want to show up on time and have our perfection and have our meetings and have it all scripted and have it planned out and have it prepared, have our intentions, have our outcomes, have our, and then still fulfill on all of our business around us while we're doing these lives and, check out all the stats and in the finances and they're available. But if you actually take a happy hour to just be happy and be with however it is in this hour, it's a really good moment.
It totally is. But Carol, I just want to be really clear on something. I have done everything here very purposefully.
Yes.
It's completely by design. There's nothing wrong. It's all like, I can show you the list. Do you want to see the list?
You have a list?
No, I don't have a list.
I'm going to show Sam the list. Okay, good. Okay, yes.
Today I needed a break and I got that break and Carol was super generous with me around that. So that's the mindset piece Carol's talking about. We don't all always have it together. I don't always have it that it's going to be exactly right. And it's okay. Mm-hmm. And that's why we made today happy hour. Because I can still be happy even if nothing is perfect. And everything is just perfect the way that it is. It does not good. It's not bad. It's just going that way. So here's to that.
Well, cheers. I think that's an important message for leaders, Jeff. Because somebody said to me this weekend, Carol, you're so strategic. And I'm like, wow, that's my listening. Like even in my personal life. And I'm like, wow. So, our characteristics is who we are, but to actually just be in the moment, we're so right now experiencing that with everything that's going on. There's a lot of I really respect every leader for the choices they're making right now. We may have some fun today in this happy hour, but and it may be even a happy half hour.
Right, it's going to be a happy like 15, 20 minutes. And Shayna's watching. She says, hey, Shayna, we miss
We're
you.
having fun today.
Today is a fun day, and it's 88 degrees in Glendale. 88. Look at how beautiful it is. I mean, come on, look at all the sun and all of it, right? It is a gorgeous day out here.
And everybody would know that we themed our outfits today, right, Jeff? Like we just totally
100%.
coordinated.
I called Carol up as I was getting dressed because it's 3 hours later for her, and I said, "Hey, Carol, what color is your shirt?"
So this is good. We are having fun, but this is leadership, being yourself, showing up just the way you are. And actually, this is actually what this pandemic, if we rarely use that word, Jeff, but it's teaching us. It's teaching us all something very valuable. And whatever that experience is for you or for me, I would love to hear, Jeff, what you're learning, because every experience matters. Shane is having fun with us. Every experience matters in our day, right? That we create. Like even this moment, it matters. We might make a difference for somebody with what we share, Jeff. So what's something today that you learned that you can share? Because I wanted to bring to the conversation today in this happy half hour, 20 minutes, is what's something you can share that you're discovering about yourself? You talked a bit about your mindset. Like what was your day like today inside of your mindset?
Actually, there is something I want to share. Mm-hmm. So there's a gentleman that I've been working with, and I've known him about maybe 2 or 2.5 years. He's super wealthy and super successful, and he does a lot of business funding, and he also does just a lot of business in the internet world. I really respect this guy, and I had hesitated reaching out to him after I had an experience where I felt it was a failure. Like, you ever have that where like, oh my God, I went off the rails on this one. It didn't work for him. He got pissed. And so I've been holding back on like reaching out and talking to him. And, yesterday he sent an email. It was just sharing something on YouTube that was really fun. And so I replied back, and it's like, hey, the crap that happened in the past didn't really exist between us. And he's like wanting to talk and catch up. And I'm like, isn't that the way it goes? Like, we make it mean something when someone gets angry, like they're not coming back from it sometimes. And here he is. No, he blew some steam off, and I've been out of touch with him for a few weeks, and now we're back in touch. And I think that, the looking good, like my desire to look good to people, like I have it together, sometimes has me not actually fulfill on the commitment I have to the relationship.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And yeah, so here's a glass to you, Warren. Sorry, I've been out of touch.
Well, and Shayna is actually saying having fun too, having fun days, because we just get to be ourselves, right? So forgiving, in the past, any moments, we just only get today, Jeff. So that's really great to discover, like being in communication. And, Shayna, thanks for engaging us, because, it just life is in flow. Like we only have today. There's a lot of people who are actually in communication. Why I mentioned about sharing was that sharing gives us an access to a new conversation of opportunities and possibilities, which is what we all could use in this world as business owners. So one moment that happened in my day today was very special and that's why I write Life is a Special Event. I had a conversation with a student that I had done a conference with at a university before, back in February. And I wanted to hear how she was. And when I got on the Zoom call with her, what I didn't expect was to hear the conversation of what it was like in a student's world of leadership. So this particular leader, Jeff, she led the student body at the university and did all the special events for the year with the students. which is quite a big leadership on top of doing all your university as well. So basically in this conversation, the first thing that she shared with me was the experience of students, international students were shipped back to their countries. So our call was Zoomed to Dubai. She was in Dubai. And I said, what was that like for you? And she said, well, after my 5 years of being here in Canada, doing my student, my schooling, to be shipped home in the middle of, like, I hadn't had all these plans of, organizing my home, saying goodbye to my friends and doing all these things and graduating, all of those plans are now gone. And I just got really present to her world of what it was like as a student. Now, she wasn't sad about it anymore. She said, I went through my emotions and had a period of time, and she's now working on she just sent me over her webpage. She's doing some artistry work. But what she said was really important was she's back with her family, and that she's glad that she's home in Dubai and with her family, and it's gotten her closer to her family because she's been here for 5 years. So it's amazing what can, come out of a conversation of sharing. And it gave me a real perspective. It actually had me think about some other people students, because I work with mentoring a lot of students, of what I could do is get in touch with one of my other students that I worked on my project, like as a special event on, and just really being in their space. I have two young sons. You have children. We're so focused on these conversations being on business, and sometimes, what I'm hearing right now, my business conversations, sooner or later it comes back to sharing. There's the sharing in the relationships, with family, the sharing, like you said, about your peers and work, things that were weeks ago are relevant. It's just, we just get to share what's happening today, and
Totally.
and it opened up a snowball of opportunities to talk to other students and share some, what students are working on, outside of the school, how they're reinventing. Oh, students are so great. They're all looking at what's possible in the world of entrepreneurship. So Jeff, there's like a whole world of our leadership that we can guide and mentor the next generation of entrepreneurs.
Well, and it's interesting. The last meeting we had with Professor Alan Tratner from Green to Gold, he runs a large incubator here in Southern California and globally. He was sharing that the number of new businesses formed is growing more rapidly than normal right now. So what's really interesting is, there's a downside to this pandemic for sure, but there's also an upside. And the upside is people getting innovative and deciding they're going to take life into their own hands, and they're going to create something inside of this world that's not working. I have been working with so many business owners that are pivoting, and I am too. I mean, the reality is that I am a business coach and a consultant. I help people grow their businesses profitably. And I've seen opportunities during this period that I did not want to pass up. I'm working to get these emergency supplies to other countries and into the US, and to help those people. Like, I did not want to pass out on being able to be part of that process. And it really does take something. Like, you've got to, declare this is something I'm going to do. It's not something that I'm just going to kind of take on, because if it is, well, then, pass the lead to someone and move on. But if you really want to be committed to making a difference, or growing your business, or having an income, you're going to have to decide that you want to focus on something. And you can have more than one area of focus, but don't spread yourself too thin. Focus.
Well, that's what's also important. So, we had some fun. Cheers. When you put your focus is to actually focus on what matters to you. The innovation's great, but to always focus on yourself too. So the reflection, that always comes back with the owners that I talk to is, are you being the same to yourself that you're serving to your clients? And, that's why, right there, Jeff. Happy hour to you.
Yeah, I'm fine. Yeah, let me drink some more.
Drink.
And I promise I will not slur any more words.
So I just said to you, funny enough that we both were on calls all day today, because we love our work, and that after this call, it's going to be time to take care of Carol and go for the walk. The sun's shining, and go for my walk, and just really appreciate, the source of who I am, so that I can be that for other people. So there's definitely an allocation of where I spend my day. We've been working from our home offices for years, and it's not a big change for us, but the change is for us to actually distinguish and share when we need to take a break and step away and have a moment with ourselves. And I really honor you, Jeff, that you said that you're going to take Wednesday off and celebrate, and be with your wife, because that's what matters. That's the relationship that matters. So happy anniversary to you and Shauna, and enjoy, your day together to honor each other.
I will, with a 6-foot pole in between us, just so we're social distancing.
Oh, your husband, wife. What are you talking about? Or is that the new thing for husbands and wife, that you have 6 feet apart?
It's. I just want to be in compliance. That's all.
I don't know if I can comment on this, Sheena. If you're still on, because I can't even think what to say right now.
Here's what Shane has to say. Cheers.
Okay. Yes. Okay.
No, we're not going to be social distancing like that. And it's just so much fun to actually be in a position where we can joke about it and laugh about it at this point. It's just not worth being so down and out about it that you can't have some fun. So have some fun. Take some time for yourself. Have happy hour. Do a virtual happy hour with a friend.
I have a tip, actually, for everybody, if we want to wrap up with a tip.
Go ahead.
So one thing that's, we probably haven't done since we were kids is roll down a hill with grass, and, just roll. Just be like a kid, because see, the thing is, we're as adults, we have all these responsibilities, and we get so significant. We do, and we're not going to dismiss that people are dealing with things, but the fact that we're saying about, and Shana, you're asking about how to relieve stress, roll down a hill of grass, and then come back and tell us how you feel after that, and what creative problems you can solve by just doing such a simple, childlike act. Now, I've done it, so I'm not going to share with you, because that one I want to have you come back and share with Jeff and I, or just do it and share with your friends. That's all that matters, because I promise you will have a state change.
Love it. I do. That's awesome. And I would roll down a hill of grass if I were not allergic to the grass. But I'll find some sand I can roll down or something.
I think you could probably be like Tigger and do something jumping then.
Okay, that's what I'll do. I'll hang on my wall upside down. How about that?
Please do.
The yoga wall that's back there, that one.
Okay, so I just invite everybody to do something that's silly, childlike, whatever it is, and just notice your state change, and then come back. Shana did it. There you go.
Yay.
Okay.
So she dropped out and came back having had done that. Okay, guys, listen, really great seeing you. Tomorrow's restaurant, the restaurant edition with Celeste. I can't wait to see what's going on in her world. I know restaurants are starting to come back to life. People are ordering more and more food. We are. Take good care of your restaurant staff. For Carol, for me, for everybody, have an amazing day. This is Jeff Cohen signing off. And don't forget to like and share our videos with people. Have some fun with us. Take care.
Business. Thanks, Jeff.